Stampers, and welcome to Laura's Stamp Pad. Today I just wanted to do a little up close and personal on the watercolor pencils in the Occasions mini catalog. They are super fabulous. They come in this little handy box, which you could always keep them in here for storage, or you could use another form of storage. There are 13 total pencils in the case, and here in the United States they are $16. So that is super fabulous to get that many colors for $16. So you could use these to color so many different things and have lots of color for not that much money. So it's super awesome. Let me pull these out just to show you. On the back, it actually has each of the colors. There's also a number, and then also you'll see that that coordinates with the pencil. So on the pencil, you can see it says Stampin' Up, Basic Gray, number 11. So then you know that number 11 is basic gray. So I love that the colors are on there, because let's be honest, you might look at some of them and think that the coral and the orange are really close together. You might think that the red and the pink might be a little close together. So I love that there's the name on there as well as that number to use for the coordination on the back of the box. So that is super fabulous. One of the other things I will say is you're going to want to get a nice little pencil sharpener, because you will need to sharpen these as you use them. And after today, I hope you'll be using them lots and lots, just like I am, because they are super fun. So when you're using these, you can use these just to color regularly, or you can use them and use them with your Aqua Painter or blender pen to get a little watercolor effect as well. So here I have the Inside the Lines Designer Series paper. So this is one of them in the Sale-a-bration brochure, so you can get this paper for free with a $50 order. So add these pencils and your favorite stamp set or something like that, and then you'll have this paper for free, which is super fun. So I just wanted to show you a couple basics with these pencils. So here I'm just going to take a Calypso Coral, and you can see that you can just color them in. You can color in the image full strength, you can color it dark, you can color it light. That's all up to you on the favorite way that you like to color in your images. So I'm just going to color this one in, and I'm actually going to leave this one alone, and then I'm going to do the other techniques so we can see them all side by side. So there, I've colored that in. I've colored it in pretty darkly is not a word, is it? Dark. You can also go real light too and color it in real light-handed. Of course, if you've followed me for very long, you know I like my stuff a little bit darker, so it's probably not even as light as it could be. So there's that. Let's do another one in Rich Razzleberry. So I'll do this one over here, and this one I'm gonna go just on the outline. So I'm gonna outline the outside of the plant, and I'm gonna outline down that center black line that is already on the image for me. So it kind of helps me know where my lines are. And so I'm just going to outline all of these, and then I'm going to come in with my blender pen. And the blender pen is fabulous because it's got the dual end tips, so then I can use either one I want, but whenever I'm done I can just clean off the color and move on to the next one. So I'm just going to sort of smush and smear around in a circular motion, grabbing that ink there on the side and pulling it to the middle. And when you do this, then of course it lightens that line that you did there on the edge, but you can always go back in once it dries and add some of that definition back in if you want to have darker tips or ends or anything like that. But here all I did was run it around the edge there, and I have that fabulous colored in image. I have found that blender pens are my favorite when working with these watercolor pencils. Even though I love watercoloring with the Aqua Painter, I've just found that with these pencils I am loving the Aqua Paint or the blender pens. And you can see that there's still a little bit I could almost pull from here and color this pen or that petal just a smidge. Of course I would need more to get it to be the same darkness. Now I'm going to take, this is Pacific Point, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to kind of outline the edges. You could also kind of just do like a little squiggle back and forth. And that would work as well, but I always like to outline the edges and stuff before I do the watercolor. I have also found that even with the squiggle, whenever I use the blender pens, the squiggle goes away, so I don't have to worry about being like, oh, that squiggle still stayed there. So now I'm just going to take my Aqua Painter. I'm not going to squish a lot of ink out, or I'm sorry, a lot of water out. I just want to use just a little bit of it as to not make any messes. And again, you're just going to kind of swirl in a circular motion and pick up that edge there to get the watercolor look with your fabulous little petal there. And here we're going over that swirl that I did, and you can see that it's starting to fade away as the water picks up the color and smears it around. So there you have those different petals using the 3 different ways that you can use your watercolor pencils. And of course there's oodles of other ways that you can use your pencils. One of them is taking the actual pencil and let's see, actually I'm going to take the Island Indigo again. You can do this with both the Aqua Painter and the blender pen, but you can actually just wipe it over the tip and add color that way. So like if you decide that you need a little bit more color in there or just a very small amount, then you can always just kind of brush it over the tip of your pencil and pick up that color and put it onto your project. So see how fabulous that is? You can hardly tell which petals I actually colored and which ones I am doing this technique with. So either one works super fabulous. You can also do like a wash background by coloring like a whole bunch on a piece of paper and then taking your Aqua Painter or your blender pen or your spritzer and just adding the color to that and making it bleed all over. And here I'll show you that. And I'll use, let's use Bermuda Bay. And I'm just going, this is a piece of watercolor paper actually, but I'm just gonna very sternly press on that to get nice amount of color there, and then take my Aqua Painter and just sort of smear it around and get that fabulous watercolor wash. Isn't that amazing? So you can use your watercolor pencils for a fabulous watercolor wash as well. And then you can always add more or take some off by adding more of the water. And of course you'll set that to dry and then you can always stamp on top of it. One of the other things I did want to show you with this, whenever using your Aqua Painter or your blender pen, if you decide that you want some more accent lines, you can always, once it's dry, just kind of go back in and draw right over some of those lines to give a little accent to add in more color and definition and texture to your image, just like that. So super fun and fabulous. I have been having so much fun with the watercolor pencils, coloring in the fabulous Lady in the Beautiful You stamp set and so many other amazing images. Don't forget you can get the watercolor pencils in the Occasions mini catalog, and now during celebration, every $50 order earns you a fabulous celebration item that you can pick out. I will leave links down below to both the Occasions mini catalog as well as the celebration brochure so that you can check those out there. I will also be posting lots of pictures using the watercolor pencils on my blog, laurastamppad.com, so don't forget to head over there and subscribe to that so you don't miss out on any of those amazing samples. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know what your favorite tool is with your watercolor pencils. Do you prefer the blender pen or the Aqua Painter? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Until next time, happy stamping. Bye-bye.